While money may not buy you happiness, financial well-being forms the backbone of a good life. It's central to how we assess ourselves and our careers, and it's essential for achieving optimal health and well-being. Financial well-being requires these 4 criteria. Today, despite a good economy and nearly full employment, almost half of all employees struggle to pay for the basic necessities, including housing, healthcare, education. Data shows that low financial well-being has reached crisis levels. A recent study by the Federal Reserve shows that 4 in 10 adults could not cover a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling some of their possessions. Financial stress of this magnitude not only hurts employees, it hurts employers' bottom lines. And if not addressed, it will continue to take a greater and greater toll on corporate performance. While American wages may have grown over time, most lower-paid workers are no better off today than they were a few decades ago, adjusted for inflation. Research shows that the actual purchasing power of their wages has barely budged over the last 44 years. And while many better-paid, college-educated American employees have seen sizable increases in their purchasing power, the lower-paid employees have not. They've been left behind, and they know it. In recent years, the cost of living has gone up. Big ticket items like housing, out-of-pocket health care costs, higher education, and child care expenses, they've gone up. And they now squeeze lower-paid workers to the financial breaking point. The combination of low wages, higher living costs, and less generous employee benefits explains why a majority of Americans cite financial worries as their top source of stress. And studies show that widespread low financial well-being is impacting their job performance. According to a 2017 study, almost half of employees who are distracted by their finances, they admit that they spend 3 hours or more at work each week dealing with those issues. This alone leads to lower employee engagement, poor customer service, and a drain on employers' financial performance. According to the CDC, low financial well-being increases the likelihood of developing anxiety disorders, clinical depression, and other mental illnesses. These conditions lead to higher absenteeism, greater turnover, and hugely increased healthcare costs. Financial stress contributes to chronic physical conditions like heart disease and diabetes. And struggling employees are less likely to be physically active, eat well, and they often skip doctor's visits to avoid out-of-pocket copays and deductibles. Employers can no longer ignore this crisis. They must play a leading role in ensuring financial well-being for all employees, and especially the lower-paid workers. Here is a basic 3-step approach for making the initial pivot toward the financial well-being of your workforce. Don't assume you know what employees need. Conduct surveys and assessments that measure employees' financial condition. Pay particular attention to at-risk groups like single mothers and those making less than your state's median wage. Employers must start to pay at least a living wage. This is the first step to ensuring financial well-being. This isn't only the right thing to do, it can pay for itself through lower healthcare costs, higher productivity, and lower turnover. Beyond wages, employers can revise employee benefits. Start with health insurance and consider reducing deductibles and copays. This not only saves money for employees, it increases the likelihood that they will get needed preventive care, which will save far more for employers in avoided claims expense in the future. Next, develop innovative programs that help workers keep more money in their pockets and boost their buying power. Consider offering programs that help workers pay for emergencies, provide free or low-cost child care, help pay down student loan debt, or institute group purchasing programs to help employees receive discounts on everyday expenses. When helping your workforce achieve higher financial well-being, you're limited only by your imagination. While it may be challenging, never forget that improving your employees' financial well-being will lead to improved business results and a more thriving workforce.